Meet you again with me, guys. This time I'd like to talk to you about pronouns, and later I'll be discussing nouns a little bit. I'm sure you're all familiar with the English pronouns like I, you, we, she, it, we, and they. These pronouns are used to describe anyone or anything involved in a conversations or in a story. By using these pronouns, we know who we are talking about and we don't have to repeat the same words. For example, I'm talking about someone named Eddie, and here are some sentences. Eddie is in a class. He is studying English with his friends. He looks so happy. The one we are talking about here is Eddie. It sounds good, doesn't it? How about this? When I change into the following sentences. Eddie is in the class. Eddie is studying English with his friends. Eddie looks very happy. What do you think? How boring that would be, right? So bear in your mind that pronouns in English are divided into three major groups. Yeah. Pronouns as subjects, pronouns as objects, and later we'll be discussing pronouns as possessive words. Remember, their position in a sentence determine the forms. Look, again. Yeah. So I'm eating hamburger in McDonald's. Okay, so pay attention to the word I. Then Rudy is looking at me at McDonald's. So I here is the subject and me as the object. So in the same way, we treat the same for other pronouns such as he becomes him, she becomes her, we becomes us, and they becomes them. Right? Okay, now let me talk about reflexive pronouns. So remember the mirrors. So it is reflexive because it is. All right. Now let's continue talking about possessive adjective. So in English, we also treat this with caution. Okay. Possessive means that you have something. Yeah. So things belongs to you or belongs to someone because uh, that's property. Okay. But then when you're using pronouns in regarding possession, then you have to be aware of this. For example, I, okay, when you are using possessive pronouns, becomes my, okay, my car, okay, you becomes your wallet, he becomes his, so his school is in Jalan Bandung, for example, so like this. She becomes her. So, for example, she studies in Sang Timur, and her school is in Jalan Bandung. Okay. So, in the same way, we also treat we with our, you with your. You go to the school. Your wallet is left behind at home. Okay. And there is an exercise. You can do some practice there. Number one, these are my parents. Now, what about number two? I've got, what about he? Okay, so he becomes his. I've got his watch. And number three, is this blah 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 car? And then you have to put you, so you here becomes your. Is this your car? And next, number four, do they like? And then C. C becomes her, right? So, do they like her new house? Okay, next I'd like to talk about countable and uncountable nouns. So, guys, uh, here in English, we have nouns which are divided into two kinds, two types. Countable. Countable means that we can we count the objects, and whenever we have them more than one, so that's plural. Yeah. So we put the ending s. For example, I have a book, but then when you are uh, talking about two books, then you have to put s there. Okay, two objects named book, then you put books. I have two books, right? With a singular one, you have to put a. That indicates that you only have one. So a book, then two books. A car, two cars. Okay, so these nouns are called countable nouns. With uncountable noun, then you only have a singular noun. And be fully aware, bear in your mind, we will never use a, although it's singular. Okay, so like what? Like here, bread. So you would never say, I'm eating a bread. No. So you are eating bread. And cheese. Okay, you are eating cheese. And in the same way, we also treat uh, with a singular noun, like butter. I I'm buying butter. You would never say I'm buying a butter or I am buying butters. No, never. I have information. You would never say I have an information. No, never. Or informations. No, never. Okay? So news, food, money, they are all called uncountable nouns. Right. So today we have discussed pronouns and nouns. I hope you find this information useful. Thank you very much for watching.